welcome to my channel. Welcome to this class. My name is Becky and today we are going to be doing a yoga session for when you feel tired or a little bit low on energy. Quite often when we're feeling a little bit low, it can be really easy just to give in to the urge to sit and binge on Netflix and not really move very much. But I want to offer something that gives you the opportunity to move slowly, to warm up the joints, to stretch yourself out a little bit and just feel a little bit better, and leave space for those feelings of tiredness. Allow for those feelings of sluggishness and malaise, whatever's there. These feelings don't necessarily have to stop us from enjoying our practice, from moving through our day in a centered and productive way. We are vast and capable of holding all of our experiences, tiredness included. So what I have got here is a folded up blanket. I've got a couple of blocks and a mat under strap just to one side there, just in case. So if you, I think we've all got a towel or a blanket that we could use. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use like a dressing gown belt or a normal belt. And if you don't have blocks, then again, just a folded up towel or a large book wrapped in a blanket so that it's a little bit more comfortable will also be fine. So we're going to start on our backs, and I am going to lie over my blanket just with my head and neck free. So as you're coming to the floor, go ahead and adjust your hair, your clothes, your posture. Resting the arms out to the side, letting the thumbs roll back towards the floor. So there's a little bit of rotation through the shoulders and the chest starts to open. It's nice just to have that little bit of support to fold over. I'm just going to rest my knees towards one another, freeing up some space in my lower back. Giving the hips a little shimmy. So feel in. Feel your way now at the beginning and all the way through your practice. Let your body lead you. So important, particularly when we feel tired, to let the body lead. So if the eyes are still open, then gently soften the focus. Otherwise, allowing the eyelids to close. Relaxing the small muscles in the corners of the eyes. Can you feel the space around the eyes and the jaw simultaneously? Relaxing the eyes and the jaw together. Let there be some space between the teeth and allow the tongue to take up space in your lower palate. Feeling the space inside the mouth from the inside out. Perhaps tasting the breath at the back of the throat. Noticing the movement and sensation of your natural breath. Slowly beginning to deepen each inhale. And lengthen each exhale. Counting your next 3 cycles of breath. Taking one more full round of breath here. Starting very slowly to wiggle the fingers. Stretching the fingers wide, giving them a little pulse. Feeling the webbing of the skin between the bones of the fingers. And then starting to circle the wrists. Allow the elbows to float away from the floor as the arms reach up towards the ceiling. Shoulders heavy. And then I'd like you to imagine that your arms are just 2 strands of seaweed anchored to the sea floor. And then just have a little exploration here. Allow the arms to drift. Exploring just how far you can reach. And swirling the elbows. Feeling the life inside the hands here from the inside out. Feeling the weight of the arms. Breathing into the armpit space. Take a big reach of the arms up past the head. Let the shoulders pull up towards the ears as you stretch the fingertips towards the back wall. And then taking the arms out wide into a cactus shape here. Take a breath. I'm going to roll the right shoulder in, so the right palm comes to the floor, and then go ahead, just slide the right hand under the small of the back. And a little opening of that right shoulder. Take a couple of breaths here. over to the left side, back to center, to the left, back to center, to the left. Just gently stretching the right side of the neck, increasing that range of motion each time. No rush. And eventually looking all the way over to the left side. And bringing the head to center, go ahead, slide that right hand from under the back. Bringing that right arm back into that cactus position. Take a moment here just to feel the space inside the shoulders from the inside out, and the difference between your right and left side. Rotating that left shoulder, take the forearm and the palm to the floor, and then slide the hand under the small of the back. Starting to nod the head over to the right side and back to center. Pressing the back of the head just firmly enough into the mat here that you can discern the shape of the skull. Bringing your gaze all the way to the right side. And then bring the head to center. Slide that left arm nice and slowly out. Bring it back into that cactus shape. Take a big inhale. Exhale with a sigh. And then we're going to wrap the right arm on top of the left and give yourself a hug. Lifting the elbows up towards the ceiling here. Take a breath. Exhaling. Taking the arms back to the sides. Breathing in. Exhaling, bringing the left elbow on top here, giving yourself a hug. Lifting the elbows high. And breathing into that space between the shoulder blades. Exhaling, taking the arms back to the sides. Just going to windshield wiper the lower body left to right here. Feeling a rotation through the ankles, the femur and the hip socket, around the sacrum, the lower back. Bring the knees to center. And one at a time, just let the legs reach out long. Pressing out through the heels, and the toes, the heels, and the toes. Just pointing and flexing the ankles. Let's roll both ankles in. And out. Working into any clicks or cracks. Giving the back of the knees a gentle pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice big breath. We're going to take an easy roll to one side. And then just slide that blanket out of the way. Come back onto your back. There you go. I'm going to gather the right knee into the chest. Take a big loop back of the shoulders into the mat and let the elbows hang heavy into the waist. You can give that right knee a little squeeze and release. Maybe circling that right hip. Do 3 or 4 circles in one direction and then take it back the other way. And then we're going to cross that right knee over the left. Scooch your bottom to the right side and ease your knees on down to the left side of your yoga mat. Let the arms fall wherever feels good. Maybe letting the gaze drift to the right side. Nice easy twist here. Taking those nice, long, slow breaths. When you're ready, bring the head and the hips to center. Uncrossing your right leg. Bringing the left knee into the chest. Looping the shoulders back into the mat, elbows hanging heavy. And start with just a gentle rock of the left hip. Circling 3 or 4 times one way. And back. And then bringing that left knee over the right, scooching your bottom over to the left side and easing your legs on down to the right. Maybe the gaze drifts over towards the left hand side. Coming back to the breath. With an inhale, bring the head and the hips to center. Uncrossing the legs. Take the feet as wide as the mat, maybe even a little bit wider. And allow the arms to drift on out in line with the shoulders. I'm going to do that little windshield wiper of the lower body. And as the knees drift to the left, go ahead, look to your right thumb. Bring the head and the hips to centre. Drift the knees over to the right and look to your left then. Bring the knees to centre. As you lower your knees to the left, roll your left shoulder in, turn the left hand to the floor. Bring the head, the hips to centre and roll that left shoulder back to the starting position. Knees drift to the right, roll the right shoulder and right palm to the floor. Head and the hips come to centre. Right arm spirals out. Left arm spirals in. Knees drop to the left. So we're starting to ring out across the shoulder girdle. Turning the head in the direction of the upturned palm. Such a wonderful movement. This is one of those movements that if you don't have a great deal of time in your day, maybe you just have 10 minutes, get down on the floor and do this. Wringing out the head, neck, shoulders, spine, hips. Let's go a couple more times each way. Bring the head and the hips to centre. Walk the feet a little bit closer into your bottom. And if you have a block here, go ahead, grab it now. So we're going to come into a restorative bridge. So just bringing the block just close to you. Bring the arms in alongside you. Pressing the shoulders into the floor. Giving the shoulder blades a little squeeze in. Take a nice deep inhale. And as you exhale, peel your tailbone up. Reach the crown of the head towards the top of the mat. As we lift the hips. And then we're just going to slide our block under the pelvis. So that's the bones of your hips and not along the lower spine. Just go ahead and rest your sacrum here across your block, and you can decide how high you want it. Let the arms rest alongside you, palms facing uppermost. And take a few easy breaths. Counting your next 3 cycles of breath. nice deep inhale. Lifting the heels, press into the tippy toes, scoop your tail up, lift your hips, and then just roll your block so that it's on its lowest setting. Bringing your bottom back down. We're going to draw the right knee into the chest. You can hold either around the back of the knee or over the top of the shin. Let the shoulders move back into the mat. And if it feels good to do, go ahead, extend that left leg. Reach out through the left heel. Keeping your left toes up towards the ceiling. Coming back to that breath. Allowing whatever is most present for you at this time. So maybe some things are starting to shift and release. Maybe that sense of tiredness is still really present for you. Can we just allow space for whatever is there, to be welcome? We're not here to fix anything. We're here to make friends with ourselves, with our experience. I'm going to point my left toes because that feels good. And I'm going to release the right foot to the floor. And nice and easy, bring the left knee in. And send the right leg away. Find where that left leg wants to go. If the knee wants to drift out to the side, let it drift out to the side. Take a breath. And another. And another. Release that left foot to the floor. Spiral that right leg back on to meet it. Scooping the tail. Slide the block out to one side. And round down through the spine. Just resting the hands on the belly, take a nice deep inhale. Exhale with a sigh. Just going to do a couple of pelvic tilts here. So allowing the tailbone to move towards the floor, gently arching the lumbar spine. And as you exhale, let the pelvis roll back, the tail tuck, and the belly drop. I'm going to hug both knees into Apanasana here. both knees, massaging around the sacrum. And moving the other way. I'm going to cross my ankles and roll up and over here. Now if you are really low, you can just roll to one side and come over the knees. Creep myself to the back of the mat, bringing the big toes together. Just coming back into a child's posture here, and you can decide whether you take the knees wide or bring them together. And I'm going to bring mine together because I'm really wanting that flexion through the back as I tuck my chin to the chest and just rest the forehead down. Take a breath in child's pose. And where we constrict the belly and the front of the chest in child's posture, we feel the breath moving into the back of the rib cage. Inflating around the kidneys and the floating ribs. Next, start to explore here. Nozzling the forehead into the mat. Exploring around the eyebrows, out to the temples, towards the brow. Rolling up to the hairline. As I start to press the surface of my face and head into the floor, allowing the bottom to rise. It's almost like a little contact massage here. Loosening the scalp away from the skull as we press the top of the head into the mat. Bring the hands back. Claw the fingertips into the floor. Breathe. You're going to ease back down into child's pose. And from here, swim the arms behind and interlace the fingers. Pull the knuckles down towards the tailbone. So we're going to roll back up onto the crown of the head, coming into Sasangasana, your bunny rabbit's posture. Now you can either leave your hands here, with your fists making that fluffy bunny rabbit's tail, or if you're feeling okay, go ahead, bring the arms away from the back. And draw the fronts of the shoulders away from the ears. Take a nice deep breath.
Bring the hands back to your bottom. Release. Bring them just forward over your shoulders, nice and slowly. Press yourself up onto hands and knees. Take a peeky over the left shoulder. Over the right. Set yourself up in a comfortable tabletop. Take a breath. I'm going to start to circle the rib cage here. So I want you to imagine that you have a hula hoop around your upper back. I'm going to circle up and over. Getting into the trapezius muscles, the rhomboids. Allow the head and neck to follow. And then take it back in the other direction. You can shift the weight between the hands. You can really press into the floor. You can breathe a little deeper. We're going to round the back into a cat shape. Drop the head. And breathing into the back of the body. Exhale, soften everything back to tabletop. Walking the hands out to the front of the mat. Pushing your tush diagonally up towards the wall behind you as we bow the forehead towards the floor. If it doesn't come all the way down, pop your head on the block. Coming into Anahatasana. I'm going to come up onto my fingertips today so my hands look like spiders. As I breathe in, taking my elbows up and out to the sides. And as I breathe out, scooping them down and in towards each other. Inhaling, elbows out and up. Exhaling, scooping them in. Inhaling, elbows out and up. Exhaling, scooping in. Last one, inhaling, elbows out and up. Exhaling, turning the armpits to face each other. Drop the elbows to the floor, bring the hands together and the thumbs to the back of the head. So we make this namaste shark fin. Feeling the space between the hands. Taking one more breath. Exhale, the palms on back to the mat, creeping them forward. Rolling an imaginary cotton wheel forward with the tip of the nose. Gonna roll all the way through and take a nice, easy belly flop all the way down into Sphinx posture. So resting on the elbows. Hands come off the mat. Shuffle myself around. You can either stay here in Sphinx pose, or if you have a block, you can just drop the forehead down. If you don't have a block, you can stack your fists and rest your forehead on your fists. Counting the next 3 rounds of breath. Last one. Lifting the head. Just place your block out to one side. I've tucked my toes under because it feels good to stretch the heels back. Give the bottom a wiggle. Exhale yourself down to the floor. Slide the hands back under the shoulders. Shift the weight. Press yourself back up onto all fours. Toes tucked here. We're going to draw the lower ribs in. Sliding the front edge of the mat away from us with the hands as we come up into a downward facing dog shape. High on the tippy toes. Pedaling out the heels as we go here. Looking under one arm and then the other. And then we're going to lower back onto the knees. I'm going to turn myself to the long side of my mat here. I'm going to extend the left leg out long. I'm going to come up into a high kneel. Reaching the arms out wide to the side. Take a nice big breath here. Pull the fingertips to the very edges of the room. And as you reach the arms wide, notice that you kind of squeezing your shoulder blades together. As we open out across the collarbones, can we get that same opening across the shoulder blades, the back of the body? And so that you're not opening across the chest at the expense of your upper back. Here we go. We're going to just relax that left arm to the inside of the leg and bring that right arm up towards 12 o'clock. If it feels okay, you can look up to that right thumb. Two more breaths. Exhaling, come back to center. Let the arms float out. From here, we're going to bring the right hand to the floor or maybe onto a block. I'm going to lean into those right fingertips and lift the left leg. Here we go. Low half moon pose. Can we flex the foot, press out through the heel? Can we press forward through that top hand? Tuck those lower ribs under. And maybe you just hold it here. Maybe this is enough today. Maybe this takes enough energy. Maybe you can bend that left leg, catch hold of the foot, kick into the hand, just to play. You can look down for balance. Release that left leg, coming all the way back up. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling, press the palms into one another, and draw the hands down to the heart center. Take a moment, close the eyes. Blink them open, release the hands, drop your left knee. Go ahead, extend the right leg out to the side. Reaching out through the arms. Breathing into the front and back body. Feeling the sides of the rib cage expand. Let's take another deep breath in. And then just relax that right hand to the inside of the leg. Bring that left arm up to 12 o'clock. Maybe glancing up to the thumb. Two more breaths here. Ease on back to center. Looking down to the left side. So take the left fingertips to the floor, lift the right leg. Press out through the right heel. Press out through the right hand. Tuck those left ribs under. Maybe bending that right knee, catching hold of the top of the foot. Breathing into your crown. Release. Gonna come back up. Reaching the arms up to the ceiling. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Closing the eyes. Take a breath. Blinking the eyes open. Release the hands. Drop the right knee. I'm going to come into a hero seat here. So I find it helpful to have a block. Some people might need 2, some people might need 3. I'm just going to sit up here. So I've adjusted the height of mine. Toes pointing straight back, heels hugging the block. I'm going to have my thighs parallel. Traditionally the knees would be together. If you want your knees together, crack on. If you want your knees out to the side, just find what feels comfortable here. Go ahead, adjust your hair, your clothes, your posture. Allow the chin to drop slightly. Find some length through the back of the neck. Gaze to the tip of the nose. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, close the eyes. Just going to allow the elbows to move back to hang directly under the shoulders. I'm going to turn my palms up, just in this gesture of being open to receive what it is that I need to move through the rest of my day.
introduce just a little bit of pranayama here. So pranayama is breath work. I'm going to do a little bit of square breathing. So I'm going to breathe in for the count of 4, hold for the count of 4, breathe out for the count of 4, and hold for the count of 4. If you can, breathe in for 4 and hold for 2, and out for 4 and hold for 2. Go for that. Just find a rhythm that feels comfortable, and then try and bring yourself to a point where all parts of the breath are even. So take a nice deep breath in and out to prepare. And then breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, breathing, no, hold, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra, just in prayer in front of the heart. Let the head get heavy as the chin falls to the chest. Blinking the eyes open. Release the hands, come off your block. Crossing the ankles here, rolling back. Nice. Bring the legs out and extended in front of you with the knees bent. And you can have the knees as bent as you like here, as we're just going to lean forward, maybe taking hold of the ankles or the toes. Rounding. A nice deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, look beyond the toes, lift the chest, come back up. I want to give you the option of either moving into Shavasana now or coming into Supta Baddha Konasana. I'm going to use a belt for this. So I'm going to bring the belt around my back, over the top of my hips, under my feet, threading through both loops and then back through one, and then pulling the tail back towards me to lock it off. I'm going to move that strap then right down into the flesh of my bottom and just come on down towards the floor. It can just be a nice alternative to the traditional Shavasana. The eyes are open, then soften the focus. And relaxing the small muscles in the corners of the eye. Simultaneously feeling the space around the eyes and the jaw together. Relaxing the jaw, letting there be space between the teeth. Allowing the tongue to take up space in the lower palate. Maybe tasting the breath at the back of the throat. And allowing the breath just to return to its natural, effortless rhythm. Letting go of any particular focus, allow the mind to wander and the body to rest. I invite you to stay for as long as you need. To honor what the body needs. When you feel ready, gently find a deeper breath. the sounds around you to begin to filter through the edges of your awareness. Take your time undoing your strap. Slide one foot at a time out. Find your way to one side. Take an easy recovery position. Making your way up to sitting. Bringing the hands into prayer, bowing the head. Om Shanti. Shanti peace. Namaste.